Alright guys, so in this video we are going to go over a couple of things. And so it's kind of a kill two birds with one stone, and this is great stuff. We're going to show you how to sideload apps onto your Oculus here without having to type in any code, anything like that. It's super user-friendly, and at the same time you're going to be able to cast the screen, what you're seeing in Oculus, over to your PC. So really good stuff. And so let's just kind of jump into this. So what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to go and download the ADB files in the link down below. So just go ahead, download that. It's not super huge, it shouldn't take very long, and then extract that zip file to the C drive on your computer. So we'll pull up what we're looking at on the screen here. So what you should see is like Windows, C, and then ADB. So if we go to Windows, you should just, or your C drive, just stick it there. Here we got ADB. Open it up, and what you're going to see are some BAT files that I've created. Batch files is what they are. And basically it really will just kind of help automate everything, so you don't need to type in any code within the ADB commands at all. So no command prompt or anything like that. Super user friendly. So plug your Go in to your PC, just like it is here now. Now I also assume that you've enabled developer mode on your Go. You have to have done that. If not, I will provide a link down in the description to another video I did on how to set up developer mode. It literally takes 2 minutes. Super easy again. Okay, but now that we're in our ADB folder on our C drive, what you're going to want to do first, I would recommend clicking on Install Appstarter and Oculus TV Launcher. Now, all of this is going to be done for the most part through the Oculus TV app. And now, Oculus TV, you can't cast or record anymore. That's a feature that the Oculus just disabled. So what I did is I took a GoPro and I took kind of a video within there, and we'll show you on here. So this is what the environment looks like with Appstarter. So Appstarter is just like a launching program for Android, and it was originally designed for the Amazon Fire Stick. But as you can see here, we are in Oculus TV. And this is what Appstarter. So you can see I've got Angry Birds and Sonic CD and a few other fun apps installed there. So let's go ahead and close that out. So double click Install Appstarter on Oculus TV, and it will just run this batch file. I'm going to get errors here saying that these have already been installed, so it's not going to install them again. But what you're going to see is it'll just say success and then success, and both of those will be installed. Now, one of them is the actual Appstarter app. The second really is just a small install that creates a shortcut to your main library under unknown sources, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. Now, while you're still plugged in, all you got to do is click the cast to your PC BAT file, double click that, and it's going to open up a program that's already part of the ADB here called Screen Copy. And now here we go. You can see that we're in the Go. So, and now let's go ahead and we'll just bring you to your library so you see where we're kind of navigating around in here. So this is like your main library that we're looking at around here. But if you go, or your home, now if you go down to library, right there, over here on the left you're going to see unknown sources. So go ahead and click on unknown sources, and then right here at the top you're going to see Appstarter. Now that will open up Oculus TV, and it will open up Appstarter within Oculus TV. If you've used Oculus TV, it's a little clunky and kind of slow. I don't know what's going on with that, but when you're scrolling through, it takes a second, and it's not always super responsive to the commands on the touchpad on your controller. So this bypasses all of that, and it immediately opens up your Oculus TV app. It thinks I'm talking to it because I said Oculus. So yeah, so that is what you're going to want to do there. Now you're not going to have anything in it. It's going to be, it'll show all of your system apps, all your VR apps. So you can go off to the side under settings and then hide all of the apps that are not going to launch within Oculus TV, because it'll show you all of your VR games and all of the VR apps that you already have installed on Oculus. So just unhide all of those, and I would just go through when you first install it and just hide everything, and then as you start to add new applications, it's easier to keep up on them, and you're not like sorting through saying what's VR, what's the side loaded regular app. So now Another app that I really recommend that you use is ES File Explorer, and there are other file managers that you can use. I really like ES File Explorer the best because it's just got a clean interface, and it handles installs really good. When you go to your download folder within your Oculus Go TV, you're going to see that you can click just like a regular Windows file browser. You're going to go over to your storage and then downloads and any downloaded applications, because now you're going to be able to just download apps directly on your Go. You're never going to have to plug it in like this unless you've downloaded the APKs on your PC. And I'll show you how to easily install those right here. But you do need the File Explorer so that you can get to your downloads folder. So you are going to have to sideload at least ES File Explorer, or you can use File Manager Plus or Total Commander or whatever, but I found that ES works the best. And it's when you click on install, and some of the other file managers, it splits it into like just one screen. It's no longer going one for each eye. So it's all cross-eyed and you kind of have to just know where to click. It doesn't work very intuitively, but ES File Explorer displays perfectly on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to install ES File Explorer. I've provided a link down below, and that is directly from the developer's website. All the way in the bottom of the instructions down below, you can just go to their website and you can see if you want to just download it directly from them, you can. So now that we have it downloaded, here I've got ES File Explorer here in my downloads. We're just going to take it and we're going to drag it and we're just going to drop it on our casting window, and then you'll see it pops up a little command prompt right here, and it is installing it. Request to install, installing, and it'll install it. And then when you go back to your Oculus TV Appstarter, you're going to see it there. And again, I really recommend just using this right here, Appstarter. It's so much quicker and easier than going to Oculus TV and then scrolling down. You can do that, and Appstarter will show up as an icon under unknown sources, but it doesn't have an actual icon. It's just black, so you got to scroll to it. I have found that a lot of apps that you install, unless they're specifically designed for Android TV, they will show up under unknown sources sometimes, but they will not have a graphical icon. It'll just be a black box. And other times, apps that you sideload, let's say like Angry Birds is a lot of fun to play in this. You can't swipe to pinch or zoom in or out on an app like that because there is no pinching, but it is fun. You can move the screen around and it makes it a little bit more challenging. So on any apps that you need to swipe or pinch to zoom, you're not going to be able to do that. But other than that, they should work. And I found that like 80% of apps that I've tried to sideload on this work, and there is a running thread on Reddit with media apps and games that are working, so I'll provide those links down in the description as well. If you have Netflix, not the VR Netflix, but regular Netflix, and I'll provide a link to download that, you can run the BAT file. Where did we go? The BAT file right over here. So install Oculus TV Netflix launcher and install Oculus TV Prime Video launchers. The reason that you might want Netflix sideloaded and not the VR version of Netflix is that the VR version of Netflix doesn't support offline viewing. So you can't download movies from Netflix or shows or whatever to your Go to watch, say, like while you're on an airplane or something. If you sideload the regular Netflix app, it will allow you to do that. So you can download whatever is downloadable off of Netflix and then watch it later while you're offline. Same thing goes for Amazon Prime Video. And right now Amazon Prime isn't available anywhere on the Go, so you've got to sideload that. And it's the exact same viewing experience ultimately when viewing like Prime Video or Netflix, except your environment's a little different. You're in the Oculus TV environment versus the Netflix living room. But the screen is about the same, and you can put your Oculus TV into void just by looking up and then pressing and holding on your Oculus button on the controller, and that'll put it into black void. So if you want to lay down flat on your back and watch a video, that works. In fact, you want to lay down and do anything in Oculus TV, just look up, look wherever, and hit the Oculus button on your controller, and it'll put you into void there. And I'm trying to think, so I mean, that's really about it. So now that you've got ES File Explorer, you'll be able to launch the Appstarter just from unknown sources in your main library. open it up and you just point on it, click on it, it'll open, and then you'll see your SD card is an option right there. I can't screencast it to show you, and then you can just go to downloads, and if you've downloaded any apps, and I will provide some links to some cool app stores in the description down below. So there is Aurora, which is like a port of the Google Play Store, but it doesn't rely on Google Play services, which you can't get on the Oculus. So you can go ahead and actually download and buy paid for type apps that are available on Google Play. There's another store called Aptoid. Now I'm a little bit like on the fence on it as far as its like legitimacy. They say, if you go to their FAQs, they say, yeah, it's totally legal. Everything you're doing is legitimate. However, I've found like Minecraft Gear VR version, which in fact works perfectly on this. It'll show up under unknown sources under your library, your main library on here. That was available there and it worked. And I would think Microsoft would pull it if it wasn't legit. I don't know if they're doing ad share revenue. Probably not. It's who knows. But they test all of the APKs for viruses and things like that. And then what else is there? The Amazon App Store. So again, that doesn't rely on Google Play services. Any of those apps do. So sometimes you'll load up an app that you've sideloaded, you've downloaded somewhere else, and it'll say, you know, this requires Google Play services. That exact same app might be available on the Amazon App Store, but it's a build that doesn't rely on Google Play services, and that will then run, more than likely, should run on the Go right here. So yeah, that's about it, I think. So we've covered everything. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below. And again, you know, being able to cast the screen, dude, this is dope. And I really do wish that I could screen capture the environment more inside of Oculus TV to show you. So yeah, that's it. Questions, ask in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will be doing more videos on how to get the most out of your Oculus Go. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll look in the description below for links to some of those videos as well. Thanks guys, have a good one.